Tips and tricks to make your fat loss journey easy and enjoyable. A warning: these are just tips and tricks. By themselves, they will not get you lean. They will never replace the basics. To lose weight, you must be in a caloric deficit, which can be created through cardio, eating fewer calories than your body burns, or a combination of both. To lose only fat and maintain or grow muscle, you must train for strength in a medium rep range and eat enough or a decent amount of protein. Those are the basics, and there is no way around them. These tips and tricks just make it easy for you to be in a caloric deficit. With that out of the way, let us get started. Number 1, 80 to 90% of your calories should come from filling foods. The biggest challenge with losing fat is that you have to be in a caloric deficit, meaning you will have to eat less food than you are used to. With enough willpower, you can be able to see good results eating high-caloric foods. But willpower will only take you so far. Sooner or later, you will binge eat and destroy all your progress. To prevent this from happening, just choose foods that are nutrient-dense but low in calories. This way, you can eat enough food and still lose fat, killing two birds with one stone. You get rid of hunger and you get lean at the same time. Some of these foods are things like legumes. Good examples of legumes are beans, lentils, cowpeas, and others. Another type of food is things like lean meat. Good examples of lean meats are beef, pork, chicken, fish. Then we have tubers. Good examples of tubers are sweet potatoes, arrowroots, and others. Then the last one is eggs. These are nutrient-dense foods, and they are good for cutting. Some of the foods you should be avoiding during a cut, due to their caloric-dense nature, are typically made from grains. Things like ugali, white rice, chapatis, bread, and all simple carbs you can think of. Remember, these are not bad foods. They are just not convenient for cutting or for losing weight. Number 2, do intermittent fasting. I came across intermittent fasting in 2016. I got it from Raghu and Tony. Actually, most of these tips and tricks I learned them from him. There are many different intermittent fasting protocols out there, but I recommend the easiest one I know of. In this one, you simply skip breakfast or just push it back a few hours after waking up. I have my first meal of the day between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. Raghu uses black sugarless coffee during his fast because caffeine has great appetite suppressing qualities. I don't use coffee because I don't feel like I need caffeine, but I would strongly recommend it if hunger makes you uncomfortable. Intermittent fasting has multiple benefits when cutting. Number 1, it suppresses hunger. Number 2, it limits your feeding window, keeping you full. Number 3, it allows you to have big filling meals in the evening. Intermittent fasting also has many health benefits, but I'm not a doctor, so I'll be the wrong person to tell you about them. Now, a quick warning about intermittent fasting. Your body produces a hunger hormone known as ghrelin around the same time you usually eat. So, when fast switching to intermittent fasting, expect to feel hunger during the time you previously ate. Don't worry, ghrelin adapts quickly. Within 1 to 2 weeks, it would have adapted already. Number 3, eat the majority of your food at night. Intermittent feasting. Intermittent feasting is a cousin of intermittent fasting, and they usually work very well together in combination. With intermittent feasting, you make your last meal at night the biggest meal of the day. Intermittent feasting does many things for you in your journey to getting lean. Since you will have a big meal at night, you will not have a problem fasting during the first part of the day. You get to go to bed on a full stomach, meaning you won't wake up hungry. Therefore, making it easy to push your breakfast a few hours back. It makes it easier to eat out at night because most social events take place at night. Number 4, to eat more food, include some cardio. While you don't need any cardio to get lean, it can be very useful as a way to fight off hunger. If you are short like me, or you are a girl, to keep losing fat, you will need to eat very few calories, and that will be very challenging for most people. If you do some cardio and burn off 300 calories, you can eat back those 300 calories, and this way you will keep your stomach full and still get lean. In a different video, I will show you different forms of cardio and the one I recommend. Number 5, include high-caloric foods in your diet. People binge eat because of cravings. We all have a sweet tooth. We all like sugary, salty, and oily stuff. Eliminating these foods from our diet only makes us want them more. And whenever we get a chance to eat them at a party or a wedding, we just go mad and end up negating our progress so far. The best way to avoid temptations is by building. The best way to avoid binge eating is by including junk food into your diet. I love dark chocolate, ice cream, chapatis, even ugali, and fries. Yes, these foods are high caloric in nature, and in high quantities, they will fuck up your progress. But to avoid cravings, I add them into my diet. Just make sure you don't go crazy. I recommend they only make 10-20% of your diet. Number 6, have a diet structure. To see good results, everything you do has to be planned. No impulse eating, no snacking without a plan. All your foods have to be eaten at the same time every day. In a different video, I will show you how to create your own diet structure.